Just one day ahead. Day 297. A tape to remember. You wake up, still partly in shock from what you saw on the news last night. What you had to edit on the news last night. When you come downstairs, you find your family sat in the living room, waiting for you. You take out the seat on the sofa next to Sam. Sam swallows, hesitating before starting. We were so worried about you last night. After Jeremy, everything that happened. Sam shakes their head. I wonder what they'll do with him now. Are you okay? I don't have to wonder because I saw it in the behind the scenes. Lock him up. I wish they could even lock him up. I can't shake the feeling he might be right. Sam glances at Charlie, then back to you. We saw that you chose to play that tape. They pause before continuing. And I couldn't help but wonder why? We have to be a little bit careful now because Charlie is gonna rat me out. I think he's probably more on the advanced side than on his parents' side. So I'll have to be a little bit careful about how I talk then. I didn't feel like I had a choice. What? That's not good enough! Disrupt are bad people! I can't believe you did that! Charlie's outburst seems to come out of nowhere, and no one in the room is prepared for it. Do you even think about how this stuff affects people? You're a fucking idiot! Sam tries to interject, Charlie, but he's already slammed the door. Charlie always was a bit black and white about this sort of thing. Okay, at least he's not spying on me. He just outright said it. For what it's worth, Alex, I think you were in an impossible situation, and somehow you managed to make the right call. Sam throws her arms around you. Only you were stuck in that studio having to make that choice. No one can criticize what you did, and I'm proud of you. You've never been so grateful to have Sam support you. Thank you, Sam. Our son won't understand, but oh my god. Realistically, Jeremy was saying, okay, play that tape or I'll kill everyone in the studio. Would you not play the tape? I don't care what the contents of the tape are. He's gonna kill people if I didn't play it. You take a deep breath and gather your thoughts. It's all a lot to take in. You're not sure you fully process what happened last night, let alone what Charlie and Sam think about it all. You sigh and absentmindedly turn on the TV. It's nice you've at least got some company. The TV is playing through some old Western show, but it's not quite as distracting as you hoped. You were never gonna please everyone. You're right, I work for the government. But Disrupt... The government is not good. And Disrupt seems like we need that presence in the situation here, and it's just... 1 full year, a holiday update. Just as you're finishing up breakfast, Sam comes in with a post. Oh, we got a postcard from Susie. I hope she's having fun on her trip. Sam reads it aloud as you finish getting ready for work. So I've seen what feels like most of Urkistan. Really cool place, but so cold. Hope Chippy enjoyed the gift. And before you say anything, yes, you were right to make me pack an extra pair of socks. Sam gives you a small kick under the table. San Palmerino. Well, at least my daughter's away from all this crazy stuff. Next, we got on the train to Konislava. Much warmer, and loads of beaches to enjoy. I could have stayed there forever, but had to head to San Palmerino before it got too cold. And I'm so glad we did. We probably got 1 or 2 more stops before heading home, but I'll be back in time for Christmas, I promise. Hope everyone's doing well. Love, Susie. A 1-year trip, that's how long she's been gone for. I thought it was a weekend camping, oh my god. Sounds like it's been a hell of a trip, worth every penny. That's true. If my daughter's happy, then money is only a means to an end. It's a way for us to buy experiences. Day 371. What?
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here. Hope all's well with the family. Just a heads up, we're expecting those troublemakers at Disrupt to attempt to hack the channel during the broadcast, so keep an eye on the interference screen and stay out of the orange. Let's keep the news on the air. It's important, now more than ever.
It's late at night. What the heck are those buttons here? This middle section is different.
The team have asked me to ask you to keep it light.
What does that mean?
It means do that thing you do where you turn politicians into humans. Just don't get drawn into talking about the war or politics in general.
The
They
war.
do know this is the news, don't they?
You didn't hear this from me, but
It's the siege.
apparently there's a crew at Team HQ right now. I think she's giving a speech or something tonight. They'll get it on the late news.
Oh, great. So they get the brains and we get the performing
The
monkey.
war report.
Sometimes you sound just like him, you know?
How are you?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I miss him too, you know.
10 seconds, everybody.
Rumpled old sod.
Don't. Going in 5.
It's not blue anymore. The
3.
newsroom.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert.
It's time to fight
work
back.
out where or when the next strike will come. Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will tragically only continue to rise. Don't starve. Advance's food programme moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity. However, with the reported rise in mental and physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade, critics have questioned whether those smaller communities which are only now starting to receive help could have been better and quicker served. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling for it to be opened up to the wider community. With dwindling medical supplies leaving many of our most vulnerable facing chronic pain, it can come as no surprise that the transition centres have found themselves stretched to capacity. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card, a worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement
We'll give them
from
one.
midnight to night. It's up to the other 89% of us to remind our tardy friends that not taking advantage of all the exclusive services available to cardholders is now, as it should be, absolutely criminal.
Wow.
Starting up, Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Mankipool. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. Community cohesion officers found themselves challenged by the unruly mob element always present at Disrupt events, but thankfully managed to keep violent incidents to a minimum. And finally tonight, our mutual friend. Bail was denied in the High Court today for shamed former National Nightly News anchor Jeremy Donaldson. The presenter
He's
will be
alive?
transferred to new lodgings at Penton Ridge Prison, while the lengthy preparations for his trial, which is still 18 months away, begin. Following his very public breakdown on this programme 10 weeks ago, the once-loved presenter was disarmed and taken into custody by the Community Cohesion Team.
Is this
Let's hope
fake?
doctors can help the once great man.
We saw he shot
First
himself.
tonight, with the war about to enter its 21st week, I'll be chatting with Peter Clement live in an exclusive team talk from his home in Lanfordshire. Don't go away. You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh god. I think it's time for Disrupt to gain a better footing here, because clearly we're having a war right now, all because of Advance, and they're not doing anything to really fix this. But I also want to keep them happy enough to let me keep staying on the air. So I don't want to just be like, Advance sucks entirely. Like, we'll still play the mandatory tapes and all that, but... What are all those buttons in the middle?
Later in the programme, I'm thrilled to say I'll be chatting with mega pop star Lil C, who's going to be treating us to a world premiere of her new single. And then after that, in part 3, we've got something new, I promise.
Why is this one okay?
But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's coming to us through the magic of television all the way from his home in Lanfordshire. Are you receiving me, Prime Minister?
Loud and clear, Miss Wolf. Loud and clear.
Well, let's start with the obvious. What's that in your hand, Prime Minister?
Cheeky cow. But yeah, it's true.
Whoa.
75 days without an alcoholic drink, and I've got to say, I'm beginning to feel the benefits.
It certainly looks that way.
What's that orange one?
I made a promise to Mrs. C, and as my old man used to say...
A promise is worth keeping?
was something like that, only with assholes.
So, I've heard from my sources that you and the illustrious Mrs. C plan to take your winter break somewhere a little different this year.
That's right. We're planning a walking holiday right here in the territories, which is different for us because, like you, Megan, I've always been a big fan of those warm foreign beaches.
Did you make this decision because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, no, that's a good question. Well, as you know, while the blockade has effectively restricted the flow of goods into the country, we and our neighbours have continued to allow unimpeded travel for business leaders, ministers and such. So, although me and the missus could theoretically go to that gorgeous beach I just mentioned, it just doesn't smell much like team spirit to me. After all, as my old man used to say, when life gives you shite, make shite pie.
It works just as well with lemons and lemonade.
I suppose it does.
Oh, the
Prime Minister,
is it Orange a separate broadcast?
A body like yours at a time of national crisis must require some demanding planning. What's your regime and how do you go about it all?
Well, the truth be told, it's all down to Claude, my infinitely patient personal trainer. He's a man with a plan. I'm just the prat with the fat.
Oh my God.
Subject. How are you and Mrs. C handling living on rations?
Well, let me tell you, Megan, back in the 50s, when I worked for you backstage for your Patrick Brannan's dad, did you know I did that?
I don't want to hear this anymore.
Well, what you probably didn't know was that Graham Bannon was a right tightwad, paid the bare bloody minimum.
You know what?
And still found every possible excuse he could to dock your pay even further.
We never would have known to look. And so today, we make him an officer of disrupt in absentia. Stay strong, Jeremy. You have friends.
We all did. And let's face it, there are still plenty of people in this country who could afford to
It just went by for a little bit.
What are you implying? No.
I'm not changing screens often enough.
Prime Minister, we know you're very busy, but one final question, if I may.
Oh, go on then.
When you get home from a long day, your head full of the territory's hopes and fears, what music do you listen to when you work out to take your mind off things?
Well, I know I've got a bit of a reputation for being an old fuddy-duddy, but I'd be lying if I didn't say there's something about Lil C that just demands one's attention.
Well, let's hope you stay watching, Prime Minister, because she is going to be talking and
Megan,
live after the break.
Are you really okay with this?
After all, as my old man used to say, everything's a treat on a boring Friday with nothing but the wind up your shunt.
It's Wednesday, Prime Minister.
I think the expression still stands.
Peter Clement, thank you for joining me. I don't know about you at home, but I think there's something kind of inspirational there. I know I feel safer.
Megan!
When we come back, Lil C is going to be giving us the debut performance of her new single, and I'll be getting to meet her. As her biggest fan, I don't mind telling you I'm pretty excited. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
Megan! You selling your soul?
Gripping stuff.
Was that even news?
You realize...
Ask him what his favourite number is.
Oh, I must have forgotten that in all the excitement.
So assuming it's not vodka, what do you think's actually in that milk? I reckon it's the tears of the enemy.
I'm fed up. I want disrupt things. Oh God. Yeah, I was having a hard time dealing with the interference and changing the cameras consistently. But we're at war right now. And maybe as long as I keep playing the Illuminati ads, maybe I'll be okay. Am I gonna get my full wages today? I don't know.
No doubt have spotted the updated mixing desk. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters and before her song. Don't worry,
Yeah, tell the audience how to react. Give them a laugh track. Let the audience know, hey, you're supposed to have fun here. Oh, I don't think we can pull this back up to a good grade. Kind of worried about my wages and my family today, but... Are you really okay with this, Megan? You might be having a good job now, but this is not news, and... This is ridiculous.
The dangerous new fragrance from Eye of the Beholder, formulated with all natural hydrogen sulfide. Eau de Beauvoir.
I can't even laugh at this, because I'm angry.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C. I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
My manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know.
There's a war going on. We're watching this crap.
Your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really. It was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3.
Come on, people can't be happy with this. Jeremy did it better.
Was my dad actually talking to me?
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been a
Even the cultural spots.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
So, this newfound explosion into your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nice underwear, you know, for the paparazzi.
What?
But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Of course.
Manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dance soon and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh.
The sad thing is she's right. I mean, she's exactly right.
We're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out tomorrow.
So soon, after the last one.
Oh yeah,
It's time to make some changes.
He's occupied now. Busy, even. His room's never been tidier. But he keeps notebooks he won't let her read. And sometimes she catches him staring at her. And last week, she found him searching through her papers. When confronted, he always had a plausible answer, a good answer. But somehow it's too good. Like it's been prepared in advance. Or possibly by them.
I'm still being marked for
We want to know
my
what
camera
the news
changes, I
will
think.
no longer tell us. And when we find out, we will tell you. We will hack into your news broadcasts. We will defend your right to information. We will resist, and we will disrupt.
Maybe people don't want to see it because we're mostly pro-advance right now, so I got a really bad rating for that.
You know, like better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I'd press record on my cassette, and then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off.
People really want to see this more than what's actually going on in the world.
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, "Make Quagler proud, and you might just survive childbirth."
Well,
See, people are happy about this.
You'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it.
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. But you know what? It's actually all right. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then. Well,
Great.
you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit. It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Whoa, so here is Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
I'm sorry, fam. We might not be eating too much tonight, but I hope you'll be proud of my choices.
Team, here to breaking your blockades. Lil C.
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry? There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat you're packing. Only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and me. No dirty foreign member. Don't stop no morning drill. There's holes in me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no vicar's daughter. Come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older. Tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So let them try and break our dream. We fight and love and die a team. So what a Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy. I wanna see some action. So come and break my sanctions. I've been this wild and free since Mama burdened me. She was only 53, but gave to save her family. There's no one judging me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, these babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no vicar's daughter. Come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older. Tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So what a Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and dump them there. I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
This is the crap we want to see on TV. Team approved.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Lil C for doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love.
Did a little bit of stutter there.
After this, we'll be back. And we're out.
I'll give them the advance ad. Keep them happy because I just did a lot of disrupt things earlier. Oh, today's not going to be looking great.
Can I just say,
these are frightening times, but you should not be afraid because the team is here.
I don't know,
to
man.
defend you. To protect you.
I'm worried about my
and to make
family.
sure that you
What if I
stay
can't even
free
feed them?
to enjoy
I was
all
just
of the
on the way
benefits
to getting out of
our
debt
new
too.
Society.
But I can't. I can't just
Territory that
be a
chooses to live
mouthpiece
in
for the
fear.
government and continue to
We will not
pretend that everything's okay.
or avert our eyes at the sight of injustice.
If everything's actually
are
okay,
brave,
I might be
people,
okay with that.
and
Or
we
if
have
I'm
come
richer,
together
but I'm
in
not.
ways never before seen in the world. As a team, we have made poverty a thing of the past.
I don't think
As a
even
team,
Megan's okay with this, but she's like
world-leading scientific
pretending to
and
be okay.
cultural
B.
communities.
I think I was getting the hang of the music a bit.
Through this war. Because thrive, even in this most challenging of times. And one day, soon now, when this turbulent time is behind us, we will glide into
Okay,
a
if
new
Disrupt
future.
appears again, I think I'm gonna sit
a
this one
team.
out. Just, you know, I don't want to go all in on the first day. We'll
For you.
slowly ease
And
people
with you.
to the idea. Especially since they
Because
didn't
we
even like
are
seeing
you.
it. That pissed me off. They didn't like seeing it. It was something new and special and they didn't like it.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show, we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent, and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director, and phenomenon, may I say.
Sure.
Jeff Algebra, guys!
Actually, I've got.
You look different.
I go by Jeff DePlume now.
Oh!
Would you like that?
Oh, yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit now.
And how does Angela feel about all this? Your wife. Your wife.
Oh, God, no. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
I liked you
Well,
better
I
when
received
you were a
telephone call
dweeb.
offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Shit. It didn't let me...
You have to play a sound effect, Alex. Yes, now you're getting it. Keep going.
Good morning, Miss Craven. Good morning.
It's you guys again.
Morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes!
I have no idea what I'm doing.
All sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar. At closing
Oh, this is the
time.
right one.
At closing time.
I'm just worried
It
they
tells you
won't
the color.
ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock.
It doesn't fit.
See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one?
You didn't get it open.
Oh, so you're right. Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda.
Oh.
She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
It's all about being the team player here.
Losers! What's up, losers?
It was too fast. I couldn't play it. Boo.
Oh, no! It's Brad! He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Rad dudes?
No. Ruffians! Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way! I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What? Did you say tutoring?
That's right!
If I follow this, I'm pro advance.
Would you mind, Ray?
Fine.
Not at all.
Oh, Jesus.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey! I haven't huffed glue for months!
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are, and not on your actions.
No joy!
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way, it can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Wow.
There, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa! Oh my god. Oh.
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm being told
We're under attack.
we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be what appear to be nuclear explosions in
Oh my
4
God.
major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into. They put them into millions. I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption.
Some potential power shortages, Megan.
And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now. Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the
You
continent.
did it!
We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres and will not hesitate to detonate them if our conditions are not met in full
Oh my
and without
god.
delay.
I want to hear this.
The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade.
Oh my
You are to
God.
remove it immediately.
Okay, this is insane. This is insane. This is insane.
Well, our equipment seems to be resetting.
The advance are crazy.
Can we get this confirmed? Can we get this verified? I need this verified.
Your borders are now our borders.
Our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed.
You have to know what's being done.
For your
What's being
privileged
done
few,
right now.
the moment that they
to our
feared is now
neighbours.
upon them.
This is unprecedented. Our government has committed
Allow me
an
to
act,
be crystal
multiple
clear.
acts of mass destruction
If you
in
fire
our name.
a single shot at our territory or harm a single one of our citizens,
Nor do
we
I
will
care
not
how you
hesitate to
voted. You didn't
detonate
vote for
further
this.
devices.
None of us did.
You will not find them. Though no doubt you are already searching for them.
We are waiting
Our
further
technology is
news
decades
and
ahead of yours.
What if they respond?
We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David. And right now I
Megan.
I can't get his stupid face out of my head.
Come on, Megan.
He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work. And I don't.
I know you've got a soul in there.
I don't know where he is right now. And I should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San Palmerino, or Konislava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago. So when I tell you I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn.
Oh my God, Megan!
We can't know that yet, but together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
This is insane.
The telephone networks are overloaded. We'll find him.
Do we know exactly which cities were hit, or?
Megan. We will find him.
I want to see how they grade me today because I obviously chose a lot of disrupt stuff, but I still got an A+ here. But it's not really time to worry about that. I mean, there's a freaking war here. This is a war. Wow, pulled myself up a little bit. But I can't. Okay, so our neighbors, Urkistan and the other places, they were sanctioning us, not giving us supplies and all that. And our government decided to nuclear strike them, killing millions of people, many of which, like Megan, we have family in other continents. My freaking daughter! Shh! My daughter! My daughter's in Urkistan! All offensive words were censored, an interference-free show, an exceedingly poor edit. Yeah, I know. Disrupt interfered with the show, but that's okay. I guess I'm only being graded for my edit being poor. Yeah, because I wasn't paying attention to switching the cameras when the interference was happening. But going to Disrupt's side, letting them play their thing, doesn't count as interference. Interesting. I thought it would count, because I thought our TV station was basically aligned with Advance, but it seems like maybe not. we still have some degree of independence. Okay. I think it's mainly because of the Illuminati. Yeah. Maybe I can rely on that to get myself, like, me and my family. Yes. Yes. My station people still love me, my boss still loves me, but my boss has a lot of pressure from advance. So in a way, I still feel like we're not actually separate entities, but we need something. Something needs to change. This can't be the way it is. We have a lot today because there's like multiple streams going on, so I'm gonna go faster.
20 weeks ago, on the day international sanctions were imposed on the people of this country for the outrageous actions of their leaders, we are told a war began. But 10 weeks ago, on the night the blockade came into effect, another war began. When Jeremy Donaldson lost his life.
Yes! He died! Yeah! They were just making some bullshit up. Because I tuned away. So nobody besides me, or anybody who had access to the behind-the-scenes stuff, could verify that he actually died.
Trying to get our message out.
To you, a war on truth was declared by advance. And Jeremy Donaldson was the first victim of that war. And so, by marking his grave, we claim Jeremy Donaldson as Disrupt's first martyr. And I fear, very sadly, that he may not be the last. But do not...
But I don't know if he would want to be Disrupt's martyr, though. Being anti-advanced doesn't mean pro-disrupt.
Let one war distract.
From another. Jeremy would have.
I'm glad we played it because this cannot stand. Are we really gonna just be like, yeah, let's bomb all our neighbors? What about my daughter? Holy crap, I'm so... Did my daughter come back yet? There's a war right now. Oh my god, and my son is in the Go-Getters too.
Busy, even.
His room's never been tidier. But he keeps notebooks he won't let her read. And sometimes she catches him staring at her. And last week, she found him searching through her papers. When confronted, he always had a plausible answer, a good answer. But somehow it's too good. Like it's been prepared in advance. Or possibly by them. We want to know what the news will no longer tell us. And when we find out, we will tell you. We will hack into your news broadcasts. We will defend your right to information. We will resist, and we will disrupt.
You know, I did go into this trying to make some of the, maybe seemingly not as smart choices, like letting my son go to the camp. But at this point, it feels like it actually makes for a better story here, because now I have to worry about all these things happening, right? My daughter being overseas, in another continent, possibly dead, and then my son is all like, advanced brain. Maybe they have different kinds of conflict if I didn't do these things, but it feels really intense right now, and I do care. I do care.
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by.
This is insane.
We've lost contact with our benefactors in Urkistan and Konoslava, while our equipment seems to be resetting and... Can we get this confirmed? Can we get this verified? I need this verified. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you are receiving this, but if you are, then you have to know. You have to know what's being done. What's being done right now to our neighbours. This is unprecedented. Our government has committed an act, multiple acts of mass destruction in our name. Nor do I care how you voted. You didn't vote for this. None of us did. This can't be. We are waiting further news and, oh, God. What if they respond?
What if they respond? What if they bomb us next? Oh my god, you know things are getting pretty insane when Alan James is the voice of reason here. Okay, that seemed like it was planned. Because Julia Salisbury was like, we nuclear striked our neighbors, but then at the same time that was an emergency broadcast, so that doesn't give the impression that that was planned entirely. And I just don't know what they're thinking. I don't have the interest in watching these ads, to be honest, but like I'll do it really fast. Like I'm upset right now, and I'm upset. Okay, Neil. Yes, about your Christmas. I'm so sorry that I'm not like watching this in full, but I am not in the mood. Neil, I admire that you can still work in an environment like this, but I can't. I can't. Okay, we don't need to play this one. This one is just bullcrap cosmetics. I don't know what that means though. What is that word? I'll look it up. Ooh, the baboon. Baboon water. Okay, baboon water, sure. Cruise, these are like the whatever ones.
This would be for May.
Yeah, talk about holiday. Peter Clement was on holiday with his wife, away from us, suffering in the war. We were already suffering normally. Like, we didn't even have enough food and all that, and now we have a war. No! Millions of people just died. Oh, I wish I could fully enjoy this, but This is a dystopia. They're trying to distract me, and it's not working very well. It's not, because it's getting really serious now. Okay, this seems relevant. This is from Remington's Vist.
Hi, I'm Sophia Remington, the CEO of Remington. Has left people struggling to find just the basics.
Therefore, let me sell you something.
You're supposed to go for the other essentials. The things that...
Wow. A bomb. See, we're going back to the whole, like, you know, the whole idea of the advanced government was that they wanted to redistribute the wealth so that nobody would be exceedingly poor, so that nobody would be exceedingly rich. But now we're back to the point where, like, probably only some people can afford that sort of luxury. So, like, the whole point of redistributing didn't even do anything.
Here at Advance, we know that for many of you these are frightening times, but you should not be afraid, because the team is here to defend you, to protect you, and to make sure that you stay free
shut up.
to enjoy all of the benefits.
You just bombed our neighbors.
Society.
We are not a territory that chooses to live in fear. We will not cower or avert our eyes at the sight of injustice.
Declaring war.
Daring people, and we have come together in ways never before seen in the world. As a team, we have made poverty a thing of the past. As a team, we have built world-leading scientific and cultural communities. As a team, we have kept our people well-fed throughout this war.
Really?
As a team, we cannot fail to thrive, even in this most challenging of times. And one day, soon now, when this turbulent time is behind us, we will glide into a new future. As a team.
I can't. I can't.
For you, and with you, because we are you.
I can't. I can't. I can't in good conscience continue to do this, even if I am evil Welonz today. Like, I can't.
So, Julia's team have asked me to ask you to keep it light.
Yep, the beginning. Don't talk about the war. Yeah, she's like, don't talk about the war, and then later on she comes up with a freaking, hello everybody, we just nuclear striked everybody around us broadcast.
Drawn into talking
the
about
hell's that?
Politics.
Okay, so it was planned. It's just that we didn't know about it. They're not gonna go telling the news station, hey, we're gonna nuclear strike the neighbors. Okay, which makes sense, I guess.
Sometimes you...
You guys are covering up his death. Okay, we missed a little bit of the main broadcast because of Disrupt.
But first tonight,
but I'm pretty sure it was just Peter going on vacation.
30 seconds back. Here, team approved.
Oh, is this a thing now?
I think they just want to control what's best known as Peter Clement syndrome.
Oh, he's
Just
easy,
listen,
except
Ivan.
when he begins a sentence with, as me old mam used to say.
Get away with words.
Must run in the family. Have you seen these questions?
Keep smiling, it's wartime.
Well, by the looks of these, it's more like nap time.
10 seconds.
So they got a list of questions they're allowed to ask the Prime Minister. There's no actual investigative journalism going on here. It's just propaganda.
Do it for the nation.
You sound like Bozeman.
Going in 5, 4, 3,
Hey!
Approved.
Oh,
Just listen, Ivan, I don't care what your people are telling you. If something were happening, I promise you I would know about it. Because I'm...
He doesn't know because he's just a TV personality. Julia's like, you know what, F this guy, I'm just gonna do stuff on my own. But when he does find out, what is his reaction?
The fucking Prime Minister, Ivan!
Is he against it?
And the size of my penis is really not relevant here. Julia and I have no secrets from each other.
None. And go on, man, who thinks this is horror movie when you're in a rom-com? Relax, mate. I'll see you at the peace summit. We'll get all this sorted out and you'll be back at the Grange before you know it.
The Peace Summit.
Go to Ivan. Love to the mistresses. From his home in Lancashire. Are you receiving me, Prime Minister? Loud and clear, Ellis Wolf. Loud and clear. Let's start with the obvious. What's happening around, Prime Minister? Cheeky cow.
Drinking. Julia might have driven him away on purpose. Winter break. The blockade effectively restricted the flow of goods into the country.
Well, let me tell you, Megan, back in the 50s, when I worked for you backstage for your Patrick Bannon stuff, did you know I did that? I think everyone knows that. Well, what you probably didn't know was that Graham Bannon was a right tightwad, paid the bare bloody minimum and still found every possible excuse he could to dock your pay even further.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares, okay? Although it's very interesting that you used to work for Patrick Bannon's dad. It is interesting, but nobody cares.
Tight bastard. Anyway, what I'm saying is back then I ate a lot less than I am now, even under rationing. We all did. And let's face it, there are still plenty of people in this country who can afford to lose a little bit of weight. What are you implying? No, but seriously, Prime Minister, we know you're
Wow.
Oh, go on then. When you get home from a long day, your head full of the territory takes
Beers. What music
Oh
do
my
you listen to when you work out to take your
Who
mind off
cares?
things?
Well, I know I've got a bit of a reputation for being an old fuddy-duddy.
Literally, who cares?
I didn't say there's something about Little C that just demands one's attention.
It's just a great transition to the next segment.
Oh, I'll be watching. After all, as the old man used to say, everything's a treat on a boring Friday with nothing but the wind up your shoot. It's Wednesday, Prime Minister. I think the expression still stands. Peter Clement, thank you for joining me.
And we're out.
Well, that went well, I thought. Nary a swear word in sight. Right, you lot, I better fuck off then. Me and the missus have got a long, hard night with a 2,000-piece jigsaw. Christ, back in me drinking days, the thought of a night like that would make me want to remove my own bollocks with a pair of rusty pliers. But right now, I can't think of anything else I'd rather be doing.
He's playing
Hold
with
on to the
jigsaw
ones you love, son.
puzzles.
That's the trick. And as my old man used to say, when the flaps start wobbling, it's time to put...
1 minute back. Gripping stuff.
Was that even news?
I think you forgot to ask him what his favourite number is.
Oh, I must have forgotten that in all the excitement.
Okay, so assuming it's not vodka, what do you think's actually in that milk? I reckon it's the tears of his enemies.
You are one disturbed individual.
That's how I cope.
Even she is saying, oh my god, this is not news, but like they're still not at the point where they want to take action. Okay, towards the end, things might have changed because of the whole nuclear strike thing. That's really messed up.
I've never heard of her before.
Oh, she's big, really big.
Really? Yeah. Is she any good?
Nah.
She's team approved.
But kids go mad for her, absolutely.
6 or 7 kids? In this day and age?
Later, we have an
Yeah, Lil C, okay, cool. I'm gonna primarily read the subtitles. We did see most of this, but then a bit of it got disrupted by the disrupt stuff. But the point is that this is not relevant to wartime at all. They're just trying to distract us. So I don't think we need to pay too much attention to this. Her manager is her dad. She's right though. She can say whatever and then, you know, she'll dance and y'all will forget.
All the best high street. better. But I don't know. I love to.
This sounds like rehearsed answers.
All right then. Well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit.
Megan immediately leaves.
It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Oh, so here is Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Force's favorite.
Megan, come on, I know you've got a soul in there somewhere. Okay, what is your song about? I was focusing on the little music multiplier. God, they made a song about being under siege and the whole blockade and the war. Ah, something about enemy soldiers, right? There's guns. As much as I hate this, I have to say it's kind of catchy, and the lyrics are like on point. It's actually pretty well produced.
Enemy soldier.
Like, I hate that they're trying to distract us, and I hate that it's working. You want Peter Clements? Oh my god, whatever. Okay, great. I get the message. Oh my lord. Ah, I hate this. I hate that it's... Look, she's just trying to... Because sex sells, and then she's distracting y'all. There's Megan.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will.
She really does sound like Jeremy.
Well... And we're out.
She's like, what the f...
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry.
The news is not for promotion of singers! Oh my god!
Sorry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours, won't you?
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective on me. You know what it's like.
Oh, right.
And Michael? Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jeanshaw? Is he?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both had the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together.
Wow.
And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. If they say for your pleasure, I'm going to start needing it.
Okay. The lady... This is a lot.
Well, the fact is, Jen, there weren't enough flowers in my dressing room.
I liked you better when you weren't like this, Mr. Algebra.
12, as it said in your rider.
Do I look like the sort of person who counts things?
No, not anymore. I'm better than that now. I'll tell you what, just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. But it's absolutely right away. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
This is what sucking up to advance gets you. You get richer and you get treated well.
And now...
The way to find the I can reveal that every night on the show will be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board.
Oh my god. I feel like I'm just railing on this whole thing now because I'm angry and upset that everyone's paying attention. I'm upset for the same reason that Jeremy was upset. Like, that's the simplest way to put it.
Stars some top talent.
I can't laugh anymore.
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff the Pool now. How do you like that? Yeah, very fancy.
His wife, Angela, was that the client that he was with? I mean, this whole thing is just more propaganda about, oh yeah, you know, Advance is awesome, whatever. Was there anything in the back? Oh, we didn't get to see the end of this because of the emergency broadcast. I don't know if there was anything. They messed up the whole mailbox though. This you know, seedy looking guy is actually a pillar of the community. He's a tutor. Oh, we don't get to see the emergency broadcast. Actually, I would love to see it because we played the Disrupt.
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news.
I've been told we're picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities.
Oh my god. I thought we were under attack. No, we were attacking people.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent.
So we're in the continent, and then we have our nation, and then people or places like Urkistan and the other places. They're not overseas. They're in the same continent.
58
other urban centres, and will not hesitate to detonate them if our conditions are not met in full and without delay.
What were your conditions?
We will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal
Remove the
blockade.
blockade.
You are to remove it immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future.
Wow.
And now our borders. Your people are our...
This is an invasion!
people.
They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed. But, for your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them. Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory, or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices. You will not find them, but no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours. We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you.
Okay, that's just not even reasonable to expect though, because even if the foreign governments don't do anything, some citizens are going to be angry, and they're going to be galvanized into attacking somebody on this side, and then she's going to have an excuse being like, oh, okay, you attacked one of our citizens, now it's time to bomb you some more. Megan. Wolf's End. I think that's it.
Megan Wolf.
We've got people ringing around, but the telephone networks are overloaded. Okay. We'll find him.
Do we know exactly which cities were hit, or...
Megan. We will find him.
Man, props to, just to pull ourselves out of this depressing mood a little bit. Props to, everyone working on this, the writing and the actors too. Like, I'm invested. We started out as oh haha, this is so funny, but like I'm actually invested now, and I'm angry. I want change. Is this rough the change I want? We will find out next time in episode 3. This was the last level in episode 2.
But now you start to see, yes, the people never happy. It's never enough.
I cannot believe you do that.